Greetings, students. This is a video tutorial to assist you with your first finale project, which is working on a hymn. So, first things first, go ahead and open up Finale. And this will automatically pop up. Go ahead and close that. We're going to click on File, New, Document from Template. And inside Finale, there are many templates that it comes with that you can already use rather than creating your own document. You, of course, can always create your own document. We're going to click on Church Templates and Hymnal. And so we are doing, there is a green hill far away. We're going to include the composer information that is in the hymn. So at the bottom of the hymn, you'll see that the text and music has individual composers. Just to streamline this process for the composer, let's just put down Alexander and then /Gower. And then you're going to include yourself as the transcriber. Now you can include information in arranger and lyricist, and depending on the document, sometimes that actually works. I just put everything in composer, and then you can move these boxes around, which you'll see. There is an automatic copyright symbol. Go ahead and get rid of that. This is not copyrighted. Next thing we have to do is select our time signature. We are in 4/4. There are 3 flats in the key. There are a total of 8 full measures. We always want to specify initial tempo marking. And so our text for this is reverently. And our tempo is 72 to 84. Don't put in the hyphen in the 84. It won't show up in the score. Just wait. We're going to specify our pickup measure, which is 1 beat, and click Finish. And it generates your document. Now I'm going to zoom in by hitting Control++. And it looks like a hot mess. When you're in Finale, you have to keep telling Finale what tool you want to use. Right now we're on the selection tool, and that's what I want because we can just click on and move all of these things around. I'm going to get rid of lyricist. I'm going to move this down here. Moving on here. We can move that around, and here's also where we will add the additional tempo marking. We're going to do this by hitting a right click, Edit Text Expression, -84. Okay, now we have our full tempo marking. We're going to get rid of the hymn number. Again, we can just double click or right click, and we'll just put 194. That looks great. Okay, now we need to leave room for lyrics. So as you look at your instructions for this assignment, I do attempt to give you all the information you need to find the tools that you're going to use. So for example, we need to resize our staff to fit all the verses, which is done in Tools. And then we're going to click on Staff. And we get these little dialog boxes. And so we're going to grab this box and move it down. You can see the measurements that pop up. So you can make them the same. I'm going to go all the way to 2 inches. And I'll do the same thing here. 2 inches. Okay. Which also means we need to grab this. Go back to your selection tool and grab that and move that. I'm going to try again to get this properly aligned. We'll see if it lets me. So text, alignment, left align. It still doesn't. Oh, justification. There we go. Fun with Finale. Okay, now it looks great. You can always use that text tool to change your font as well. Okay, so now we are ready to input. Now, for hymns, as in 4-part writing, sometimes you have stems that go up and go down. And so for this hymn, we're going to use layers to input our notes. So down here are your layers. So make sure that you're on your first layer, and we will use that to input soprano. So now we're going to come up, and this is our simple entry tool. And every time you change your note duration, you have to select that note duration. So we're starting with quarter notes. And so we begin. Now you can input this with your mouse, or you can use your keyboard and just hit the letter G. That works as well. We need to change our note duration. We're going to add that dot. Remember to take off the dot, or it'll dot the next note duration. Now we're ready to go into the alto line. And we're going to do the same thing. Tenor line. Now for the bass line, and again it wants to put this in the wrong place, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this by hand. Okay, so I have all of my notes put in. Now we have to make some changes to make it look like the hymn. So one is that we need to split this measure to get that fourth beat onto the next system. So to split the measure, you're going to select measure. So select the measure. And then go to plugins, measures, split measure. We're gonna split it after the third beat. Okay. You might have a little warning box that pops up. It's okay. Just hit continue, and now we've moved it. Next, we have a beat that we need to hide. So again, to hide the final rest, we're going to select that beat. So make sure you have your selection tool on. Select that beat. Excuse me. Plugins. Note, beam, and rest editing. And we want to rest editing, hide the rest. Notes and rest hide. Where is it? Notes and rest hide. Here we go. Rest, hide. Now it's turned gray. When you export this to PDF, it will have completely gone away. Next is that we need to fix some of our stem direction. So this is a special tool, and you can get to it by going through your tools, special tools, or you can just right click anywhere on this white space. It might be different up here or down here. We want to select or click special tools palette, and right here is our stem direction. Make sure that you have the right layer selected. Now we can change our stem direction. I need to change my alto stems, and so you just click these boxes for up and down. And so you're going to do that for all of your stems to get them in the right direction. So now I have changed all my stem directions, but there's clearly a few issues. The first one is right here. When I change the stem direction, now I have something that looks like a 16th flagged note. And sadly, the only way to fix it is to delete that alto line and include it in your soprano line. So we need to erase that alto line. Select layer 1, and we're going to re-input these notes. So the same thing then has to be done with this measure as well, so that we get rid of that duplicate 8th note flag. And again, make sure you are selecting the correct layers. It's really easy to forget. Now, the next thing we want to do is we need to connect these stems right here and right here. And so we're going to use our stem length tool, which is right here. And again, you might want to zoom in, Control plus, so that you can get just a better alignment on these stems. We're just going to pull that down and get it lined up. So now our next step is to do lyrics. Now, the lyrics tool is wonderful when it works, and I will freely admit that in our music tech lab on the instructor station, it often doesn't work. So you might see me pause this video because I'm going to have to work around it, but let's give it a go. So here is our lyrics tool right there. Now, some of you might have a little dialogue window that pops up, this lyrics window, and that's fine. You can just X out of it. What you want to do ideally is just click on the lyrics tool and then come over here and double click underneath the note that you want to start at. When you double click, you should be able to type right into the score. This is normal. Don't panic. So I am going to restart Finale at this point. So just make sure you save it. There we go. I don't know what to tell you. I do want to make sure that I'm auto numbering versus, okay, that is selected. Okay. So here we go. And you just hit the space bar and it goes over. Okay, and it's not working again. So lyrics window, we're going to change our verse. There we go. I just don't know what magic that is. I guess just click around until something pops up. There it is, the fourth verse. It's messy because the spacing's not good. But don't worry, we can change that. We have to go into adjust baselines. So we're going to start with the second verse. This is where the second verse currently is, and basically just round it up to the next number. So we're going to put a 7 in. And then we're going to do the same thing, lyrics, adjust baseline, third verse. So at this point, I have fixed the spacing with the verses. I adjusted my staff measurements. I adjusted font sizes to make it look a little closer to the original. And at this point, I'm going to say that I am done. But now we want to export it to a PDF because that's what you need to use to upload it for the assignment, but also what you would do professionally if you were going to give people music. You would want to print from a PDF part. So we're going to export to PDF. Make sure you remember where you save it. Okay, and that is saved. So now when we open it, it should look lovely. You'll notice that that beat at the end is now gone, the one that we hid. And it looks pretty good. Actually, some parts of it maybe look a little smushed, so of course there's always room for more improvement. But at this point, this is an acceptable, this would get a perfect score on the assignment. So this is what your goal is. Good luck, and as always, be sure to reach out for help. Thanks.